It's been this ongoing story, Donald Trump versus Fox News. We've been talking about it for a little while. I'm starting to think that I was actually wrong. Not necessarily, but starting to think when I've said in the past couple of weeks that he is complaining about Fox News and their coverage of him, the fact that they will show the results of polls that show him doing poorly, that he's complaining just to put pressure on them to be more supportive of him, which might still be right. But I wonder, his constant threats to move on from Fox News to some other outlet, is he actually starting to consider the possibility? We're gonna look at the evidence. First, what started this, we're gonna have the response from some people on Fox News. But first, Donald Trump had previously said, just watched Fox News heavily promoting the Democrats through their DNC communications director, spewing out blah, 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 terrible considering that Fox couldn't even land a debate. So he's sort of mocking them a little and saying that it's pathetic of them to have someone from the Democratic Party on if they're not gonna get a debate, which is an interesting take. He says the Democrats are for open borders and socialists, neither is true. Fox hires Give Hillary the Questions Donna Brazile, which is not one of his more elegant nicknames. They have Juan Williams at all, he attacks Shep Smith. So he's really going off about a variety of people working for Fox News. He calls them hopeless and clueless in all caps, then says they should just go all the way left. There's no left TV station. And if there were, it's not gonna be Fox News. He goes on to say, the new Fox News is letting millions of great people down. We have to start looking for a new news outlet. Fox isn't working for us anymore. And so I don't remember if you'd previously been on one of the shows where we were talking about this, about his criticism of them. Have you been following the story at all?
Yes, I have. I did my homework for today.
Okay, that's good.
A little bit. Yeah, it's funny. I just like to picture the people who work at Fox News who think they're doing everything Trump wants. Like, it is pretty obvious to the average outside viewer that Trump says things, and there are many people on Fox News, the vast majority of people on Fox News just parrot it and very often I assume just like think they're echoing it.
Yeah.
But
or vice versa.
What do you mean? Oh, he
parrots what he sees on Fox and Friends.
And that's the working together. So there's a bunch of people who think they're doing the right thing, and they're just like, oh, I thought I was on your team.
Yeah, I have to imagine that when they had some communications director from the DNC on, I doubt they thought this is going to be seen as a prime betrayal. Like they had a representative from one of the two parties. They're gonna do that.
It was Hannity and Combs for a long time, and Combs was there to be a punching bag. Combs was the other guy on the show who was like, if you think that Mitch McConnell looks like a turtle, and also God rest his soul, by the way, Sean Combs, or whatever.
Did he pass away?
Yeah, he died.
Oh, that's sad.
And it's bad of you to bring him up like that. But anyways, they did have a punching bag to be that heel, the person that they just set up and knocked down. And they bring people like that on Fox all the time.
Yeah.
And so if this is more of a signal that the people they bring on aren't complete punching bags, or that he doesn't feel,
or that strategy is not acceptable anymore,
or that strategy might not be unacceptable, but also he is not satisfied with the punches they're trying to land.
Yeah, exactly. So I agree. Now we're gonna have a little bit more, but I want to turn now to his appearance this morning on Fox News Radio. He was talking with Brian Kilmeade about this, and Brian Kilmeade pushes back, sort of.
Tens of millions that follow me, and the polls are phony too. Now, the polls are phony too. I mean, in all fairness, among my worst polls always is Fox. I have to say that, but I have the worst.
I know you were critical of Fox yesterday. You came out and you tweeted Fox News heavily promoting the Democrats through the DNC communications director, spewing out whatever she wanted.
Absolutely.
So you were very upset.
No, I'm not happy with. I'm not happy with Fox. I think people think Fox is for me. Fox is good. Look, Sean and Laura. And Tucker has really been very good for, well, Tucker's a little tricky, but that's okay. But he's been very good. And, many of them, you guys in the morning are Ainsley and Steve, and you were a solid, I used to say you were a solid 6, maybe a 7, but you're getting much better. You're getting great.
But the thing that people should know about us is that from the time you were hosting The Apprentice, if you and I disagreed, you didn't mind. We disagreed. We talked about President Bush. True. We talked about different things, and it was still okay. Right. So you don't mind. So I don't understand. So if Fox comes on and they're critical of if somebody comes on and they're critical of one thing about you, it never used to bother you like this. Now, yesterday I read those tweets hoping to get you on today, and you're so so kind to come on. I appreciate it. And I thought to myself, what's bothering you about it? Because our channel prides itself on diversity and getting everybody in so you don't have to flip around.
That is the funniest thing I've ever heard on Fox News.
But like, yeah, we pride ourselves on diversity. No, you don't. And it's just all I hear is Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah,
all I hear is Brian Kilmeade, even in this like try to push back framing. He shows up and essentially says, no, it was my fault. I dropped the pot, so he had every right to hit me. That's it. It's my fault that I am being abused daily. Just the language that Trump uses. I used to think you were a 6 or a 7. It looks like he just read the game and applied it to news media.
That's an interesting idea. We should delve more into that at some point. Yeah, you were a 6 or 7. Now you're getting much better. Oh God, if you consider yourself any kind of journalist and a politician said that to you, it should just send like a shiver down your spine. But of course it doesn't.
But they don't
Brian
have
Kilmeade
spines.
spent the past couple of days hawking Doral for the G7, like literally saying it should be there, and he didn't choose it because it's his property. It's just the best spot.
That's even if he didn't own it, said Kilmeade.
And Trump again, it's like, you know what? Not a big fan of Fox. I don't like him. Yeah, I like Hannity and Tucker and Ingram and the whole morning crew. I mean, you've gotten through half the day at that point. How much worship do you need around the clock?
But that's it. But this is Trump's approach, and it works especially with the weak-minded. And that's what Brandon in the control room the other day just said. He's working the refs, and that's it.
So you think it is still just that he's not going to move on to OANN or whatever?
I mean, Trump, and that's the thing. When Trump says this is just my negotiating tactic, I believe him. I don't think it's wise, and sometimes it can be effective, but it is just a dominant strategy for someone who's not good at like an actual negotiating tactic. It's just a bunch. It's like when you see sumo wrestlers just start doing this as they approach each other, just to try to make anything happen. And he pretends that that's a sophisticated strategy, but no, it's just a convenient strategy if the one instinct you're capable of following through on is being a total jerk face.
Yeah, well, and let's be clear. We can label it whatever kind of strategy we want. It is just whining. Over and over that the people that support you most don't support you enough.
But it works, and we say
I'm not talking about the efficacy of the strategy. I'm just saying it is whining about how mean everyone is to you.
He gets to act on that instinct of like, I don't feel like I'm getting enough attention, and I'm not getting the right attention. He gets to act on that, and he knows the way to do it. It's just instinctual, but he knows the way to do it to actually affect change on the other side.
And the thing about Kilmeade, his like again Stockholm syndrome is like we used to disagree, and it never bothered you. We disagree about The Apprentice, and we disagree about George W. Bush. Yeah, Kilmeade, that's not about him. Okay, you can disagree with him about a thing, but not anything that has anything to do with him because he doesn't have any. It's not thin skin. It's non-existent skin.
And the only thing, I mean, he afterwards maybe he'll go off and start his own news network, and it'll be successful.
Do that. Go do that. Okay, I want to show one other video though because. So Donald Trump wants to have his cake and eat it too, and that is going to be on display when he's talking about CNN and MSNBC.
They fight to see who's worse, but they don't have diversity, meaning my view. They never put my view on, although I guarantee you this, they have both, but CNN in particular is begging me to do an interview, and I just think it would be disloyal to my followers. What are they going to ask me?
I don't think you should do an interview over there either.
No, I think it would be very disloyal to people that are Trump fans and people that voted for me and people that are going to vote again.
Okay, so in the span of 3 seconds maybe, MSNBC, CNN, they won't let on my voice. They're begging me to do an interview and I won't let them.
Yeah, and then also
those two things, and the Fox fans were cheering throughout the entire thing. Yeah, they won't let your voice on, and they're desperate to have your voice on. Yay!
It reminds me of, it's a bad, but like Louis C.K. He had on his show, like someone was like, I want to be a stand-up. What do I do? And that guy was not funny, and he just said, do a funny voice. And then Trump, it's just like, as long as you're complaining confidently, that's all the people want to hear. And they sense strength in that. They're not going to do the analysis, which you did so clearly. They're not going to do it because they've decided they liked this guy. He is a performer, so comparing him to a stand-up comedian is not that out of the box. and they just really like the energy he gives off because they feel like they've been missing that. But those folks are slowly waking up as Trump's approval rating goes down among the very people who voted for him.
I get what you're saying, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I just can't look at that and see anything other than weakness. Whining, complaining, feeling like everyone's been unfair to me when I've been given more than virtually anyone else in the world. That to me, everything about him, his voice, his body language, his history, what he says, what he does, it all reeks, it's just pathetic.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
And I don't see how any rational person could look at it and say anything other than that. Thank you for watching this clip from the Damage Report. For more content from the show and access to TYT Network members-only exclusives, go to tyt.com/Brooke. Wait, no, it's tyt.com/John. Go to tyt.com/John to sign up.